and Maple Grove's going to have it.
Right out in front, they score!
Welcome to Sports Jam for the week of April 25th. I'm Jay Wilcox.
I'm John Jacobson. Today on the show, action from a track meet featuring 3 strong boys programs. We'll meet a talented Armstrong golfer in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
And I'll talk baseball with the top-ranked Wayzata boys.
Up first, lacrosse. The Champlain Park boys team blasted Coon Rapids and Irondale in the first 2 contests this spring. The Rebels look to make it 3 in a row when they hosted Duluth. Highlights from the first quarter, Connor Dishrud fakes a defender and bounces a shot past the goalie to give the Rebels a 2-0 lead. The Wolfpack play tough defense in the first half. Watched a point-blank save by goalie Nick Madden on Johnny Henningson's shot to keep it 2-0 after 1. In the second quarter, Zach Tentis, great feed inside from Brody Sturm. He finishes and Champlain Park leads 3-0 at the half. They start to pour it on in the third quarter. Sturm takes the ball out from behind the net, whips a low shot that beats Madden to make it 4-0 Rebels. Duluth is down 6-1 when as the clock hits 0 in the third quarter, Consta Gomez bounces in a goal to cut the Rebels' lead to 4. The Champlain Park is too strong for this first-year Duluth team. Hentis bowls his way in and scores to make it 7-2. Champlain Park goes on to win by a score of 10-4.
Wayzata's boys lacrosse team opened the season with 3 losses to strong opponents. The Trojans were shooting for their first win as they hosted Totino Grace on Saturday. First quarter, nice passes by the Trojans here. Riley Nelson to Alexander Sali to Brooks Hansen for the shot and goal. It's 3-0 Wayzata. Brenton Redrick feeds Hansen and then back to the trailing Nelson for the goal. Wayzata goes up 4-0. A race for the ground ball is won by Amar Batra. He sets up Dalton Seas for a pretty goal. Wayzata goes ahead 6-0 after 1 quarter. Second quarter, and Matt Hockert with a nice individual effort gets Totino Grace on the board, and it's a 7-1 score. Nelson sets up Batra in close, and he scores one of his 6 goals on the afternoon to give Wayzata a 9-1 lead. Third quarter, and Nelson with another assist, passing to Sali for the goal. Wayzata wins its first game of the season. They go on to beat Totino Grace 16-2. In girls lacrosse, Armstrong is aiming for a 4th consecutive section title this spring. The Falcons took on Spring Lake Park in Northwest Suburban play, and Caldwell gets control of the loose ball and races in for the shot and goals. The Falcons tie this one up at 3. Hannah Schultz busts through the Armstrong defense and gives the Panthers the lead back with this goal. Armstrong goes on a late first half run. Olivia Hecht finds Hannah Lundquist and she scores the goal. And Falcons freshman Mayula Shamlanasuk scores twice in the final minute, giving her team a 7-5 halftime lead. Armstrong goes on to win it 10-7.
The Wayzata girls made the state tournament for the first time last season. They hosted Edina in their season opener. But the Hornets are buzzing early. Good passing as Lolita Fiddler gets it to Anna Klein. She goes low with a shot to make it 3-0 Edina. Wayzata gets on the board. Meg Ransom buries the shot from the free position to pull the Trojans to within 3-1. After an Edina goal, they get another here. Klein finds Emily Reinke, who comes out front to score. Edina leads 6-1 at halftime. Down 7-3, Wayzata rallies. Ransom from the free position puts it away, and the Trojans are within 7-4. Maddie Wolzman makes a strong move by the defender and beats the goalie too. Wayzata's got the momentum. They're back in it at a 7-5 game. That's as close as they will get. Edina's Helen Propson scores. The Hornets hand Wayzata an 11-6 loss. Edina boys also beat Wayzata. It is still early, but Totino Grace is off to a good start in softball. Maple Grove finished 3rd in the state a year ago, but graduated a lot of players from 2015. The Eagles and Crimson meeting last week in Northwest Suburban Conference play. Eagles pitcher Aaron Pepping is solid this day, striking out the side in the 5th inning. The junior finished the game with 12 strikeouts. A couple of nice defensive plays in the 6th inning. Eagles shortstop Julius Sowald laying out for a great diving catch there. And then in the bottom of the 6th inning, Maple Grove center fielder Taylor Wente races in, makes a sliding catch to end the inning. Game is tied 1-1 in the top of the 7th when Maple Grove Sophie Colhane singles to right center. Wente comes around to score, and the Crimson takes a 2-1 lead. Eagles tied in the bottom of the 7th. Pinch runner Brianna Glenn scores in a wild pitch, and we're all tied up at 2. Still 2-2 in the bottom of the 8th when Tutino's Maddie Brunn connects on the first pitch she sees. Brunn drives it over the fence in center for a walk-off home run. Tutino takes a 3-2 win. They enter play this week with a 5-0 record.
The hitters had the upper hand when Cooper and Park Center met up on the softball diamond. The Pirates and Hawks each looking for their first win of the season. At the time they met, Park Center hits right away. Yanni Cowart-Adamich with a drive to deep right center field that scores 2 runs. The Pirates get 2 in the top of the 1st. They add 3 more in the 2nd. Cheyenne Kennedy hits it to almost the same spot. It's a double that scores a run and makes it 5-0 Park Center. Cooper battles back, down 7-1 in the 4th. They rally as Yvette Williams-Upshur smacks it past short and into left center. 2-run score. The Hawks are within 7-3. Maddie McGuire caps the inning with a slicing liner to right field to score a run. Cooper gets 6 in the inning. They tie it up 7-7. An inning later, Cooper goes ahead. Sam Hallquist punches a hit over shortstop to drive in a run, and it's 9-7 Hawks after 5. Park Center scores 2 in the 7th, but Cooper holds on for a wild 10-9 win. So some changing the guard a little bit in softball this spring. You know, some of the teams that were up there at the top maybe dropping back a little bit, and been an interesting spring.
Tutino Grace undefeated. West Lutheran, another team in Class A, off to a great start. They are still unbeaten. Straight ahead on Sports Jam, a big matchup in boys tennis, plus baseball and track highlights.
Welcome back to Sports Jam, and 2 big rivals met up in boys tennis.
Blake and Breck are ranked number 1 and number 2 in state in Class A, and they met up on Blake's home courts Friday afternoon. Blake's Ben Ingbar with a strong serve at number 1 singles to Austin Wong. It leads to a 4-hand winner for Ingbar, who's ranked number 1 in the state in Class A. Same match, and Wong gets Ingbar chasing to the corner. Wong with a leading overhand that leads to a hitting error for Ingbar, but Ingbar does win the match 6-2, 6-2. Second singles, Breck's Lewis White in the near court against Jack Barker. White's drop volley leads to a nice passing shot for him, but second-ranked Barker takes the match for the Bears. Number 3 singles, and Breck's Karthik Papasetti delivers an ace serve on his way to a 6-2, 6-1 win over Tanner Parr. Number 4 singles, aggressive return by Sam Fernandez of Breck leads to an overhead, but Sujit Shapuri of Blake takes the match in straight sets. First doubles play, Breck's Prashant Gadashala and Matt Metz in the far court take the point with a deep volley after the quick save at the net. They win in 3 sets, but it's number 1 Blake downing number 2 Breck 5-2.
Park Center's taken a step forward in baseball this spring after a winless 2015 campaign. The Pirates hosted a good non-conference foe on Friday when they hosted the Burnsville Blaze. Burnsville strikes first as Sam Carlson drives a low breaking ball to deep right center field. 2-run score on the first of 2 triples in the game for Florida recruit Carlson, and it's 2-0 Blaze. Park Center answers as Ryan Traeger's hit is just fair down the third baseline. Mitch Meyer scores to cut the deficit to 2-1 after 1 inning. In the second, Kyle Schnobrick's liner drops in just fair for the Pirates. Ryan Stakowski scores and Park Center evens things up at 2-2. They go ahead in the third as Stakowski hits a flare into left field. Traeger scores, and the second runner, Keller Tollefson, will just beat the tag. Park Center goes up 4-2 after 3 innings of play. But it's all Burnsville from there. Brendan Larson drills it to deep right field to score a pair of runs. Burnsville gets 5 in the 4th inning, and they pull away for a 13-4 win. Wayzata's baseball team moved to number 1 in the Class 4A polls last week. The Trojans look for a little revenge against the team that eliminated them in the postseason last year as they face the Armstrong Falcons. Wayzata strikes right away. Leadoff man Parker Lavacek blasts a solo home run over the right field fence in the bottom of the first inning. A couple of hitters later, Will Oberg will drive the ball to the fence in deep right center field. It brings a run home. It's a double for Oberg, and the Trojans go up 2-0. Still in the first, Jake Marsh drives this one to deep left field, and this one brings 2 runners home. A double for Marsh. Wayzata gets 5 runs in the first inning. They go up 5-0. Second inning, and Oberg hits a chopper up the middle to score Lavacek, and it's 6-0 Trojans as Oberg goes 2 for 4 on the day. They keep hitting in inning number 3 as Lavacek slaps a hit to left. Danny Dice comes in to score to make it 8-0. The Trojans get 4 runs in the inning to go up 10-0. Meanwhile, left-hander Tom Scoro is almost untouchable. He allows 2 hits and strikes out 11 in 5 innings. Wayzata wins 13-0. The Avid wins over Edina and Totino Grace later in the week, and we'll hear from the Trojans later in the show.
In boys track and field, Wayzata has consistently been near the top at the state meet. The Trojans hosted a tri-meet against 2 other strong programs as Stillwater and Rosemont came to Wayzata. Wayzata senior Jarrett Carpenter is one of the best milers in the state, and he crushes the field, a winning time of 4 minutes, 14.16 seconds in the 1,600-meter race. 4x200 relay. Sean Miller anchors the Trojans to a winning time of 1 minute, 31.14 seconds. Tyler Didier holds off teammate Ethan Cook in the 400s. The Trojans take the top 2 spots. In the 800, Wayzata sophomore Khalid Hussein leads the way, winning with a time of 2 minutes, 51 seconds. And in the high jump, Wayzata's Jeremiah Brathwaite takes the top spot, clearing 6 feet 3 inches. Wayzata rolls to the win, scoring 104 points, 4.5 points. Stillwater is second, and Rosemont finishes third.
The adapted softball season is underway this spring season. The Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound West Tonka Robbins PI Division team has a great history, and they faced Mounds View Irondale Roseville. Robbins pitcher Jordan Klein fielding his position there makes a nice grab. Marcus Onsom and the Robins lead at 10-2, and they add to that lead as Haley Engbertson's hit is off the pitcher's hands. Corey Tesh scores for an 11-2 Robins lead. Andy Hansen's chopper brings Vincent Liu home with another run here for the Robins. Lydia Maza bounces one to third to score Engbertson as the Robins try to put this one away. They go up 14-2. The Rams get a pair of runs on a nice hit down the left field line by Hadley Eby, but the Robins able to secure a 14-4 win. And they may not win every championship anymore, John, but they're still pretty good.
Nice win for them. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet an Armstrong golfer who is driving toward a career in the sport. High school athletes who play a spring sport have just weeks left in their prep careers. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet an Armstrong golfer who plans to stay around the game for a lifetime. 6 seasons of high school golf have come and gone quickly for Armstrong's Sarah Sontowski. The high school senior sees the end in sight.
It's really bittersweet for sure. I mean, last year I've been here since 7th grade on the varsity team, so for sure I've seen a lot of girls come and go, and now it's my turn to leave the team, and it'll be interesting how the season finishes and how everything goes for me as an individual and as a team as a whole.
Sarah says she started playing competitive golf at age 7, and just a few years later she was on the Armstrong varsity as a 7th grader. The seniors on that year's Falcons team made the transition easier for the middle schooler.
It helped a lot. I was extremely nervous going in. My dad was like, oh, you'll do fine, but obviously as a 7th grader it's kind of nerve-wracking going against seniors and other juniors and high schoolers in high school golf, but it helped a lot having a support team to help me through it.
Now she is the senior helping tutor Armstrong's younger players, a role she relishes.
I love it a lot. I mean, that comes with being a senior and also being a captain, so I like it a lot. I have some middle school girls, and we also have a lot of freshmen this year that I try to keep positive and help them through JV matches, and we also have 2 freshmen on our varsity team that I'm just always helping them get through each round and always staying positive, and they're always nervous, but I help them through it.
This is the 3rd year for Sontowski as Armstrong captain, and her coach sees Sarah as a natural leader.
I like to lean on my captains to get really involved and to take a lead role with the girls to be that interface directly from me and from the school to the girls, and she's done a great job with that, and the girls look up to her. And even as a 10th grader when she was a captain, and kids just had no problem with her being a captain. We don't always just pick captains because of their playing ability. Sure, that's a part of it, but the big part is will people respond to things they have to say, and for her it's always been big to lead by example.
That example is pretty good too. Sarah's already been medalist 3 times in matches this spring as the Falcons' #1 golfer. Last year as a junior, she finished in 21st place at the state Class 3A meet. Hard work in the off-season has her aiming for a top 10 finish this year.
I have a professional that I work with, Chris Foley, who I do lessons with him during the winter. I'm a hockey player, and so that kind of takes up my time, but as much as I can in the dome and just working on techniques and like my actual swing path and stuff, that's what I have to do during the winter, just because in the dome you don't really see your ball flight or anything.
The big thing for her is her work ethic. I mean, she works hard at her craft. She, for a girl that's not large in stature, hits a big ball. She's learned how to, put a good swing on the ball and make it go where she wants to. Works on that short game and really finesses over things, the putting and the chipping.
Last fall, Sarah was chosen to take part in the First Tee program's Nature Valley First Tee Open in California, a regular event on the Champions Tour. There she was paired for the Pro-Am event with Champions player Dan Forsman and played the legendary Pebble Beach course, becoming just the 3rd Minnesota girl in the event's 12 years to be selected to play.
Getting to meet new people from different First Tee chapters, making new friends all around the U.S. I mean, I'm still in contact with someone from Monterey, California that I talk to almost once a week for sure, and it's just nice meeting new people and making new friendships. It was awesome. It was a great experience, and I won't ever forget it, that's for sure.
Sarah plans to turn her love of golf into a career. Next year, she's attending school and playing golf at Methodist University, a small Division III school in North Carolina. Methodist is one of just a handful of colleges in the country to offer a PGA golf management program.
It's roughly 5 years, and you do a lot of internships through that, so like hands-on training within like the area that you want to go. I'm going to be more focusing on marketing and management on the golf world. You leave with your PGA card, so you're considered a professional when you leave, and you just grow through. It's a whole nother school pretty much. You go through your generals, but you just move into golf school. Everything about golf you can think of, like turf, the business side, like management and marketing and like accounting and all that, and it's all sports marketing, but it's all focused on golf.
Before she leaves for North Carolina, Sarah Sontowski is focused on her final spring at Armstrong and another summer of Minnesota amateur golf, where she is already learning the value of networking.
I do junior PGA and like Minnesota women's golf. I always find friends and people, great contact information too in the women's side, to like have interviews for job openings or internships, and just having that contact there is a great resource for me.
In the team's most recent match against Irondale, the Falcons beat the Knights with Sarah shooting a 38 for the 9-hole par 36 event. Sports Jam returns in a moment as Jay talks baseball with the top-ranked team in Class 4A, the Wayzata Trojans.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. A good start to the season for the Wayzata baseball team, and we're joining them after they pounded Armstrong here in a rematch of last year's Section 6 championship, starting with pitcher Tom Scoro. And Tom, you look like you had your game working out here today. How did you feel coming out and performing so well against the team that beat you guys last year?
Yeah, it felt really great after losing to them in the section championship last year. I don't know, the whole game just felt good. The defense was working really well, and we just could hit the ball really good.
When I asked Coach DeWitt when I got here, how he's feeling about this year, he was pretty excited about all phases of the game. You got a veteran team, you got some pitching, some hitting. Do you like the way everything's going so far?
Yeah, everything's going great. After last year, we won the Legion State Championship, and just coming into this year, we're going strong. Everything's just working well.
Yeah, summer success really has carried over for not just the guys on Legion, but also some of the younger levels coming in too. How much does that help for spring baseball when you come around to the next season?
It's great because we're already excited after having such a great summer season. We just want to carry it over and do good again.
All right, Tom, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the season here.
Thank you.
And Parker Lavacek starting the game in style against Armstrong here. How good did that feel to step up and knock one out right away?
Felt amazing. First home run I've ever had. So, made solid contact, and I didn't think it was going out, but carried out, so felt great.
Obviously, it's a new season and everything, but how good did it feel to beat Armstrong? Obviously, last year you guys had a couple of great games with them at the end of the year.
Yep, I was sitting on the bench for those games, but it was tough. It was tough for the seniors on the team last year, and we just kind of want to come out here and make a statement to foreshadow what's to come in sections, hopefully. So.
Obviously, every game isn't going to be this way with scoring this many runs, but do you feel pretty good about the depth of the lineup a little bit too, that you have some hitters kind of sprinkled throughout?
Yeah, if top of the lineup's not getting production, I mean, bottom of the lineup is just as good. So pretty confident no matter who's at the plate, they can get the job done. So.
It's kind of fun to watch a guy like Tom out there working the way he was.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Easy for me at second base not to do much, so it's awesome.
Parker, thanks for joining us and have fun the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And Cam Keenan, another big part of the offense for Wayzata in this win over Armstrong. Was revenge something you guys talked about coming in at all?
We knew that it was going to be a big challenge for us, given last year's section championship, but we didn't let that stop us, and we just went out and played our game.
You guys have played pretty solid baseball against each of the opponents you've seen too, and is that something that's fun to see, that it isn't just, okay, we have one big game, but each game is pretty good?
Yeah, we're going out, every game is the #1 team. Each inning, it's 0-0. We go out and play our hardest no matter who we face.
You guys look like you have some pretty good pitching beyond just Tom Scoro too, and is that going to be a pretty vital factor for this team too?
Yeah, we got a lot of depth, and we're hoping that continues with our hitting, and if those two continue, we're going to do pretty well.
Obviously, the Lake Conference is filled with pretty good baseball teams, and I think everybody's looking more towards playoffs ultimately, but how big would it be to try and start things with a Lake title?
That's what we're hoping for right now, just starting out simple. Well, not too simple, but we think we can get that done with beating Eden Prairie. That was a big one, and we're going out trying to get everyone else.
All right, congratulations on a good start. Have fun the rest of the season here. All right, Cam Keenan, one of the guys helping to get things done for Wayzata, their baseball team, after a big win here over Armstrong. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam, but first a look at our plays of the week.
Number 3.
And she just barely got her glove on the ball and held it.
Make your plans to attend the Maple Grove Mayor's Prayer Breakfast on Thursday, May 5th at 7:15 a.m. at the Rush Creek Golf Club. For more details, go to InTheCommunity at 12.tv. Celebrate and recognize achievements at the District 279 Investment in Youth Awards on Sunday, May 1st at Park Center High School. For more details, go to InTheCommunity at 12.tv.
Whether you want to produce your own show or work behind the scenes, at Northwest Community Television, our free training will put you on the fast track to creating videos for TV and the internet. Our facility offers tools and equipment used by professionals, and expert instructors are on hand to guide you through turning your concept into programming. What are you waiting for? Start now to share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Kids, get your bikes dusted off and ready for the annual Bike Rodeo on Wednesday, May 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Sonneson Elementary in New Hope. For more details, go to 12.tv.
Our game of the week is a boys lacrosse game as Champlain Park and Osseo Park Center meet in a Northwest Suburban Conference matchup. The game is Wednesday evening at 6:30 at Park Center High School. You can watch it live on the web via live stream or catch the replays on Channel 12 and our HD channel 799 Thursday and Friday at 7 p.m. And that does it for this week's show.
Thanks so much for watching Sports Jam. We'll battle the rain this week and be back with you next week.